What's going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Ty, the LEGO guy here, and today we're taking a look at one of my all-time favorite 90s LEGO sets. I actually have a bit of a story with this. It was a gift from my grandpa. He asked my dad, he's like, what does Ty want? I'll buy whatever he wants. What does he want from like the toy store? And this was the number one on the list. It is the LEGO Exploriens Starship. That set 6982. It had 662 pieces, 4 minifigs, retailed for 80 US, and it came out in 1996. Now nowadays this set's going for 90 used or 207 new. And I have to say, I have so much nostalgia for this set. I absolutely love it. This was like the centerpiece for the longest time when I was a kid as the good guy's ship. For me, this was kind of like, I guess, the Millennium Falcon of the 90s, if we can kind of say that. Anyways, fantastic looking model. I got so many good things to say about it. But enough talk, let's get right into it. And to start us off, we're actually going to take a look at the one smaller build that's included. And it's kind of like a crab Rover. I absolutely love this little vehicle. I think it's so awesome. And if you're a kid, when I was a kid, great drivability, so you can, it works pretty well. It actually has a really cool feature as well, which is kind of like the Ghost if you're a Star Wars fan. But first thing I wanted to mention is these arms are actually quite movable. You can do whatever you want with them. It is very easy to knock off the blaster, as you guys saw, and then it also has a little claw. Do quite like that. You can grab whatever you want with it. To access the minifig, literally you just open up the cockpit, and there he is. And it has some nice looking little lights / blasters, whatever you want them to be. I think it's funny. It also has like a microphone on here. I mean, we're in the future. They probably don't use microphones, but there's one regardless. It does kind of look like that, although it's probably supposed to be a blaster. What we'll actually show you guys though is just kind of how this magnet piece works, and actually some of the cool pieces that are included with the Exploriens theme. And to start us off, we'll actually just take a look at some of these stickered pieces. What's really cool about them is they're sticker pieces. However, they are also magnetic, so that is absolutely fantastic. Here's the other one. So they have a very alien-esque type look to them. We'll actually look at that as well. There's another thing that these stickers kind of do, but very nice looking stickers. And what you can actually do with them is the crab can literally clunk, pick them up. So I think that's absolutely fantastic. And he actually takes them to an area on the ship. And here we have the little mechanism that basically the Starship uses. So what you'll notice is if you put this red over to the red one, what we're actually going to do, just because it doesn't quite show it with these black pieces, let's take them actually off and show that off to you. So how these kind of work is if you put the red over it, it just shows part of it, right? It looks like basically like an alien eating a bone. And then if you do the same thing to the red, it literally just shows a menacing alien face. So pretty cool. And then the blue, you guys can probably guess, shows the other alien. And then it shows what almost looks like actually alien. Like, guys, that looks like alien. I totally wouldn't be surprised if they ripped off that. Anyways, cool looking little feature. Let's now actually get back into, let's actually take a look at the main ship itself, the Exploriens Starship. So as you guys can see, it's quite menacing when it comes at you. I mean, this just screams LEGO space. I absolutely love this model. But what we'll do is give you guys a 360 view of them. Very nice looking ship. I love the blue, white, and hints of black. I think it just looks fantastic, along with the yellow translucent pieces. As you guys can see, the little crab is in the back, and we'll just actually show you guys as we flip them around how that kind of works. Literally, it's just a Technic piece, and you can stick him back in, and he's ready to go. So I think that's an awesome looking little play feature. Flipping this ship around a little bit more, you guys get the idea. This was actually a very large set for LEGO back in the day. It didn't get any bigger than this really back in 1996. But what we're actually going to do now is break down this set section by section. And the first area we'll take a look at is the cockpit itself. And again, guys, let me know what you think about where I'm reviewing this. This may become more of a standard area that we review sets. So anyways, let me know. It's a little bit different than where we normally review. But just open her up. I absolutely love this cockpit. Check it out. They got awesome looking little control panels on either side of them. They have a really cool looking little computer. Just a great looking cockpit, especially for the 90s. I mean, we want control panels in our ships, and this one definitely comes through when it comes to that. Let's just close her up, and it's actually pretty easy to get them. Well, actually, that's a lie. It is actually kind of difficult to get them out. That's the only knock I have against it, although great looking cockpit. Let's actually show you the two side ones. Nothing too crazy, but it does look quite good. I love these little cockpits with the lights on either side. I think that looks fantastic. And then on the other side, it's literally just the same thing, same cockpit, and it's actually quite easy to get them out. What's also cool about this set is if you'll notice, see how that's kind of like changing as you move it? Well, these stickers are made to do that, so I think that's fantastic. Accessing basically the center of the ship where everything goes down, they have this awesome looking little computer piece, and as you guys can see, this is another area that is one of my favorite things about this set. Check this out. Let's just get this zoomed in. See, it's a satellite, and then there's a good little commando dude. I mean, that just looks so cool. I love this theme. Just so creative. I mean, as much as I don't like stickers, you can't beat that. That is phenomenal. Huge props on LEGO's part. I absolutely love that little computer piece. Then to close her up, literally just goes like so, and bang. So, and then they also have this another window in the back here. It literally doesn't do much. But then the other thing that I wanted to show you guys is just these little compartments where they kind of store stuff. So those little alien fossils basically are kept right here. And then right here we have a little compartment where they keep, that's one thing, it's sometimes kind of hard to get things out and you just end up pulling the entire thing apart. But it's another little area where they can kind of store a blaster. Cool job on LEGO's part. I mean, it is a little bit, again, trying sometimes to get at it. And then moving on, we actually have this back area. And what's really cool about it is, bang, bang, big blasters. So, I mean, they do not skimp out when it comes to lasers in this space theme. They are absolutely everywhere. And I think the Exploriens actually had the largest blaster. I mean, you can say it's a telescope, but really, that's a blaster. That's what I always made it as a kid. There's probably some debate about that since they are an Explorien vessel, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're packing heat. And then on the either side of this set, they actually have these cool looking little rockets. You know, it gives the idea that this is how it's kind of in propulsion. And then they actually have this sticker right here. It is quite old, but there is stars, as you guys can see. This one's in a little bit better shape. You guys can kind of make out that there's stars on it. It's a nice looking piece. I really like the stickers on this set. You'll never hear me say that, but I think they actually do a good job. What we're actually going to do now, though, is show you guys probably the main feature of this set, and it's kind of cool. I don't mind it, although I normally keep it in this form. So how this works is, I'll just actually show you guys. You have to lift this and this. Wow, the piece just comes completely off. And this, and then move these Technic pieces back. And just so you guys know, there's these little arms. So there's another magnet arm here. And then on the left, you have that little mechanism that works with the aliens. And what you can kind of do is bang. So let's actually pick up the tripod and just kind of show you guys. I think that looks actually kind of cool. Again, this is not how I'd like to display it, but it kind of looks like a starship, like a Star Wars ship. Or actually, it has very StarCraft type feel to it, I feel. If you guys ever played that game, you'll know what I'm talking about. I don't think it looks bad. Again, I just like it in the other form more, but it's almost like in Star Wars when they're like, put S-Fols in attack position, and then this ship would like lower its wings. That's what it kind of reminds me of. I don't know. I think that looks kind of cool. Let me know what you guys thought, what your guys' thoughts are on it. Literally, you can just get it back into its normal form by just doing that and putting those pins back in. I think it's really creative. I mean, I'm happy it's there more than it's not. I like it more on display like so. But yeah, that's the ship itself. Let's now take a look at the minifigs. And here we have the first two minifigs that I thought we could take a look at. So as you guys can see, they're nearly identical. The main difference you'll notice between them is their torsos. They are slightly different. However, their faces are exactly the same. Their helmets are a little bit different, but let's just give you guys a 360 view of them. I still quite like them. It's just the Exploriens kind of harken back to a more simpler time as far as LEGO space minifigs go. They kind of remind me of 80s space minifigs, to be perfectly honest, although they are not happy faces. They actually have some cool looking, more custom faces, let's say. You can tell that they have a little headpiece on, so they're obviously communicating to their boys, which, you know, is cool. I think that they're decent looking minifigs. They're just not my favorite. But actually, let's now move on to the next two, and I actually like these ones quite a bit more than these two. And here we have them. So I have to say, I like these ones again. I mean, you can just tell. Check out this android. That looks fantastic. Absolutely love this fig. I think just looks really, really good. I love the fact that he has leg printing, nice looking torso printing. I love his head printing. I think that looks really, really... I just think it looks awesome, especially for a 90s fig. They knocked it out of the park. And then on the left, we kind of have like the captain, commander of the ship. He's a little bit more simple, though I really like his torso printing. I love the fact that he has the Explorien insignia on him. And then that's just actually take off his helmet. Very nice looking little headpiece with the, he has a headset as well. And then let's just flip him around and show you guys the backside of the minifigs. Literally, there's no back torso printing, back face printing, nothing. But I do quite like these minifigs. I think that they actually are quite a bit better than the first two. Not that the first two are bad. It's just, obviously, you can tell with the android, it just looks way more detailed. And then, kind of like the captain, there isn't a huge difference between the two. I just really like his torso a lot more than the other two torsos for the crew members. But yeah, those are the minifigs. Let's now get into the end of the review and get my final thoughts. Well guys, that pretty well finishes up this episode of Old School Wednesdays. This set's phenomenal. I mean, looking at all the features, looking at the look of the ship, I mean, I just think it looks so clean, and it's such, I don't know, I love the old space theme, and this was one of the best sets, I think, from the space theme. This may be, I don't want to say it's the best space set that LEGO's ever made, but it's definitely up there. Like, it's 10 out of 10 in my books. Let me know if I'm overrating it. I may be, but I just think it looks so good. Yes, the only thing I have to say is the minifigs are a little lacking for the Explorien theme. The fact that you only got 4 different minifigs, 2 of them are nearly identical. And then you have, the other 2 which are different. It's not bad. It's not terrible. However, I do think that Exploriens could maybe improve on that area. But besides that, this is a phenomenal set. I mean, I absolutely love it. So much nostalgia, but I think it's like good nostalgia. It's like you have nostalgia for a set, and it's also really, really good. But let me know again what you guys think about this set, if you like it, if you don't, any areas you think they could maybe improve on the model. I just think all in all, it's a great looking set. And yeah, I'm really happy that I was able to have it as a part of my childhood. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. But if you like this video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future old new sets we do on the channel. We basically do one every Wednesday, and this is a main reason why I love doing it. One of the main reasons, you just can't beat these older sets when they did like a fantastic job at them. But yeah, that's all I got for you again. But thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.